Welcome back. We've been stranded here on RHEM. Some jerk just stole our train car and ran off. And we've been left here to our own devices to figure this place out. I guess that's good though. I mean, if we had gotten to go home, then all those things that we saw in the game box wouldn't have really mattered anyway, right? Well, it seems like we're in the place that we were looking at earlier from up here. Remember, this was the balcony that we were standing on earlier when I was showing you guys all the cursor things, and I noted that there was a path that ran under it. So let's see where this goes. Maybe this will lead somewhere interesting. Somewhere mysterious. Somewhere like the round building. And somewhere past the round building. Let's see what this is. Aha, it looks like this is that little camera telescope thing that we saw earlier. And this is kind of curious. Notice that now, the bridge thing that we were crossing earlier to get to the central structure, or from the central structure to the doorway over here, is now out here. Because earlier it was here, because remember we saw the camera to our left when we were facing this direction and looking here around the place and all that. So I guess somehow he rotated it somehow. That's interesting. I wonder how he accomplished that. We got two buttons here. Let's see what this one does. Now that sound, you're going to be hearing a lot of that in this Let's Play. That's basically the sorry noise. The one that tells you, nope, can't use that button right now. Or, nope, you got that puzzle wrong. So, get used to hearing that one, because that one's going to be drilled into your head by the time this is done. It's actually, I don't know, I actually kind of like it. I think it's kind of a funny noise. Well, this time, let's go this way here. Actually, before we even do that, let's check the door that we were actually facing first. Okay, it looks like this is the path where we originally came from. Remember we saw the brick building over there earlier and that staircase? So this time, it seems like this particular path now leads into this part of the central structure. Because remember, earlier when we came into the building, we came from this area. But now we came from the other side. So I wonder what's over here now. The brick building, okay. Well, that's cool. Let's see what's inside. We got some kind of control panel device here. And this button seems to adjust the display there such that that L shape rotates 90 degrees each time I press it. Well, I'll put it back to normal for now. We'll play around more here in a minute. Let's see what else is here. We got some sort of screen. And the red button turns the screen on. And it looks like we're looking out into that train station area. Okay, and that's what adjusts the turntable. So, if I had to guess, I'm guessing our friend came into this room, turned the turntable around so that the car was facing the other way, and then went out the other door and out to the balcony and then talked to us from over there. Oh well. And over here we got another one of these consoles with the 7 buttons arranged like this on it. Interesting. Well, let's try messing around with this one. This time there are numbers that appear on the screen. And then they color when we're done pushing the buttons. The first one was green, the second one was red, and the last two were purple. Wonder what happens when we try different buttons. Okay, so that time only 1 and 4 were purple. However, I pressed this particular button last on both sets of pushes, right? And you notice that 4 was purple on both sets of pushes, right? And 4 is the last number in that 4-digit sequence, right? So, if there are consoles around with these buttons on them, then maybe this is the clue to figuring out what order to press them in. Let's just keep on experimenting here. Alright, so half are blue and half are green. Interesting. So they're different colors. Maybe they're different color consoles. Maybe we've just seen red so far. I'm actually just going to go ahead and give you the solutions, because the only way you would figure this out is just by brute forcing it and just trying all sorts of things. So this one is green, And you'll notice that when all of them are the same color, you'll get that sound. And then red is 5, 2, 1, 6, and yeah, I'm numbering them this way, clockwise, going from left to right. And then purple is 7, 5, whoops, that's not 5, sorry about that. 7, 5, 3, 4. And then finally blue is 2, 3, 6, 1. I don't think I said what green's numbers were. They were 1, 7, 4, 5. So those are all the combinations we'll need, and those are the only 4 colors that we see represented here. Alright, that will definitely help us out a lot. But, in the meantime, what does this thing do? I mean, it kind of made this sound, and that sounded cool, but what does it actually do? Well, it's not too hard to figure out. Notice that this circle is round, and we have a building that's round right behind us. And there are 4 different sets of lines over here, and we know that there are entrances and exits at 4 points in the building that are equidistant. And there is this L-shaped thing that connects 2 of them that are adjacent to each other, not across or anything like that. And we know that the central structure does just that. So it looks like we may have found the rotation mechanism. Let's see if that's the case. It is, because this time we're entering this area with this area over here, the slanted area to our left, and the ladder down here. Because remember, we accessed the brick building earlier by going down this pathway. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and just experiment with all of these here, just to get an idea of where exactly we are. Okay, so we can't get inside, so it looks like this side of the building is not here or here. Well, maybe it's here. Let's try that out. Well, actually, that can't be the case because of the first time we rotated it. So, by process of elimination, that leaves this as the place where we are currently standing. And I'm going to leave it in the original configuration again before we start exploring the other area. And here we get a map of the place. Yeah. Like I said, this place is very complex. Just saying. Thankfully, though, it tells you where you're at, which is nice. Now, I wanted to go out and explore that other pathway from the beginning area that we hadn't looked at yet. I think that was down over here. Let's see, though. It was somewhere over here. Like I said, when I retrace my steps like this, I'm just going to go and click through really fast so you guys don't have to go through a bunch of walking around and stuff. Yeah, it was down here. It was this area. Okay, so where exactly does this go? Looks like we got some power lines that are kind of crooked there. Yeah, what's up with this place? And this one just kind of goes there into the wall. We got a pathway that looks like it leads to some sort of stone building over there. But part of it is down way over there. I wonder if this is going to be another one of those water things where we're going to have to raise it upward or something. Well, even if we did, we still had these little gate things here that were blocking our progress, so... yeah. There's got to be something we'll have to do for that, but we'll just have to keep an eye out for it. And here we get a purple console. Sweet. Let's test this out with our new combination skills. 7, 5, 3, 4. Interesting. We see the first square in this 10 square formation shaded and the number 3. Well, let's just make a note of that. I've actually got all my notes in front of me, so I'll refer to them later on in the game. But if you want to take notes along with me, you're more than welcome to. We are, after all, in this together, right? Let's see. Let's just... Actually, let me try something out. Remember in the other entrance we saw a red button next to the door? Let's see if there's one here. Okay, there's one here. Now we can't enter because the bottom part is in that other area. But what if we press this? Ah, okay. So that rotates it this way. So maybe this button rotates the structure such that it aligns with where you're pressing the button from. That makes sense, I guess. And this just leads back here and stuff. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Let's just go back to where we were. Now, we have one other configuration of the round building that allows us to exit from the rotation room, the control room that we can actually conduct the rotations from. So, I'm going to try that out. I'm going to try not to give you guys too much motion sickness, by the way. Now, of course, we can't get through here. We can, however, look through here. And sure enough, it's off in this direction. So this must be east then, because when we go up the ladder, south is in this direction, right? So the direction we were coming from must be east. Alright, so let's rotate that structure this way, such that we can access the south and the west sides. Now, what's behind door number 1? Aha, another area. Thankfully, this is pretty linear. Okay, I spoke too soon. We got a T-fork here. And that's a really interesting staircase, by the way. Well, we got that option, or we could continue going on into another doorway. I'm going to go through the dead end first. This is pretty simple in terms of where we can tell this goes. And here we get a bunch of new stuff. Well, why don't we operate the thing we know how to operate first? Let's do this one. We got 2, 3, 6, 1 for blue, right? We got a green thing and kind of a... I don't know what to call that. That kind of looks funny, but it's got like 5 points on it. It's kind of like a pyramid, or... well, not a pyramid. I don't know what to call it. It's an interesting shape. And here we got a screen with some buttons. We got this one in which the circle is highlighted blue. And then we got other buttons in which one of the smaller rectangular things here is highlighted blue. So let's try these out. Okay, that didn't do anything, but it's held down. So let's try pressing another one. Okay, so basically we saw water from the larger container being transferred into the smaller one, and when it gets transferred into the smaller one, only a fourth of it is left. Or only a fourth of it goes, and 3/4 of it is left. Can we try this and this? No, we cannot do that. What about these? Aha. Okay, so these containers are the same size, and when water is transferred between them, only half of it goes. What about this and this? Nope, this and this. Okay, so same story, basically. What about this and this? Okay, so basically what we know. So it seems like the rule of thumb for this water transfer system that we're probably going to encounter later on is that when water is transferred from the large container to the small cistern, only a fourth of it goes, and when water is transferred between the small cisterns, half of it goes. Okay, that's good to know. What does this do? This has a Roman numeral 1 on it, and I can't press any of these, but there's a slider of some sort here. Let's drag it all the way down. Okay. It just showed us these different combinations of wedges that are a part of a 5-piece pie. And only 2 wedges are wide in each one. Let's try that again. Okay, this time it's showing different ones. Interesting. So is there like a pattern here we're supposed to notice, or is this something else? Okay. They just all seem to be random. I mean, there's no real rhyme or reason to it, but let's leave that as is. We can't really seem to decipher anything else out of that. And let's continue onward. There's got to be more to this place, right? And down there is another pathway. Cool, cool, cool. This looks really nice. Whoever designed this place has a thing for intersecting pathways and bridges and all sorts of stuff. And these devices. He sure loves these things. Let's see, red is 5216. We need to test that red one that we saw earlier. Alright, we get a purple thing, and a kind of a very complex Z, like a double Z. Double Z, that should be a letter. Instead of Z, that would just be Z. Or sleep, I guess you could say. And here we get a door with some sort of tiled mosaic pattern. We can't touch it, we can just open it only. And a hatch. I guess we have to unlock the hatch by putting our hand on that thing. So what wonders await us down here? Another one of these. Well, let's just keep on racking them up. A blue one. And those look like scissors, but they're kind of curvy and they're not crossed. That's kind of a little weird. Alright, well, let's move on. Yeah, you're noticing that we're getting a lot of gathering of data going on here. And we'll be doing that for a little while we're exploring. Well, whatever this place is, it looks like it's home to a bunch of pipes and stuff. Okay, so there's a gigantic pipe here. And there's 4 other pipes. And we actually saw 4 pipes outside, didn't we? I mean, what? Yeah, there's 4 pipes like right here. At least it looks like there's 4 pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I wonder what those are for. Maybe they're for awesome alien slime or something. I don't know. Unfortunately, these buttons are all X'd out and they're giving us the sorry noise. But these ones we can push. These ones actually work. And we can put numbers on these. Let's see how far these go. Okay, so they are only single digit. Okay. And this one works as well. Interesting. So 3 out of these 4 panels work. But this one, for some reason, does not. What does this do? It gives us the sorry noise. See, I told you guys you'd be hearing a lot of that sound. Well, let's check out what's back here. Looks like there's another area up above us there. And right here, there's a very cleverly hidden purple console. Let's see, 7534. Okay, this time this square is highlighted, and we get the number 1. Alright, where does this go? We get another one of these weird pole things. That's sad. Somebody trashed the bridge over here. Did Savidro come through here and make everything harder on us? That's the only explanation I can think of. Now what's this thing? Okay, we get lots of symbols here, and I have no idea what to put. And this thing toggles between two settings. It kind of looks like a reverse power symbol. So you know what? I'm going to leave that in the on position. Well, it looks like that's all to see over here on this side. But I saw another path inside that building. One that goes over on the other side. This one here. It leads up to a ladder. Well, we'll check that out in the next video.